Hey, Janaea, how's it going?
Hey girl, I'm just at work, just getting stuff done. I got Trixie down here laying down and taking a little bit of a break from my workout clients. How about you?
All right, it's a pretty slow day, but I've been thinking a lot about you and like signs. Been getting signs from, people who have crossed over and wanted your input on it. So,
Oh, well, I mean, I've got some stories on that for sure. It's interesting that you say that because this morning I was driving into work and okay, so Aaron comes through, my brother that passed, and I have a bird on my arm of him. Aaron lives because I get so many signs from birds. And it's been a while actually since I've had one. And I came into work this morning. It's like a 13-minute drive to work. And I had so many, I see birds all the time. It's not just like a bird, it's Aaron. No, it's not. Like it went like this, came through. I'm going through the harbor and like it just like swooped through and then it takes me up and it makes me like look up. So I'm like, Aaron, and it's not like it was a seagull. Like most people in Santa Cruz are like, seagull, whatever. They're dirty birds, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like, oh, it's like, so I wasn't like thinking about that, but I was like, I felt my brother. And
yeah.
then I was like, okay. And I kept driving and doing my thing. But I was also now looking up because I was guided to look up. And then I see two birds like fluttering around like this and doing like some fun things in the sky. And I was like, whoa, that's cute. I thought of a couple like flying and having happiness. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I keep driving. And then more and more birds keep doing different things that are like making a statement, like not just like, hey, I'm flying and I'm landing there. It was like, and then I saw several more birds do like couple things and they were doing these trippy things, and I mean I'm driving along, it's like not in the same area. So I mean I don't know, I mean that's just to me it's a sign from the other side. I mean we get so many signs from the other side. And
No, I get feathers. Like Brad leaves
just
me feathers. I have a pile of them because he always said
yeah,
that his
we've
spirit,
talked about that.
yeah, his spirit guide was wild turkeys. That's what he always would say. So I need
Who?
feathers. Brad. Yeah.
Oh, wild turkeys.
Yeah. Well, he
I
had
haven't I
it.
haven't heard this. Okay, so I've only met Brad on the other side, not in person, and that actually makes me really laugh because that's totally freaking him. And this sense that, oh, I'm a wild turkey. I'm like gonna make a statement. I love it. Okay, keep going.
Well, he had an incident where he was driving down the freeway. He was up in Sacramento, and he hit a turkey, a wild turkey.
No.
Yeah, it was awful. So bad. Went like I don't know the extent of the damage, but feathers everywhere. His car needed significant work. It
Oh
was
my gosh.
really bad. He felt awful. It was just really bad. So he gets home from that and he says the turkey's family, like, and he didn't live anywhere near where it happened, but he got home and he
Yeah.
says the turkey's family moved into his backyard. And so there was like his entire wild turkey family in his backyard. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like kill this.
Wait. So the wild turkey family came to his backyard and is now like, hey, I'm like
Living
freaking here now.
Yeah. So again, this is all secondhand. Like this is something that I did not witness, but he told me about it. But because of that, he would always say that, wild turkeys were his spirit guide or his spirit animal.
Oh my God, that's
And
awesome. I've
between that,
never heard that story. Huh?
and between that and the fact that like for I cannot tell you how long, but years, many years, I have birds dive bomb my car everywhere I go. And it's just been it's almost a running joke now, to the point where I had told a good friend of mine about it. And she came out, was living with me for a little while. And we're in the middle of a city, pull up to a stoplight. And she never believed me when I told her that birds would dive bomb my car. She just always laughed. But she knew things happen to me that aren't exactly normal. So, so we pull up
Hey,
to
join the club, right? Join the club.
right. So we pull up to the stoplight, dead stop, nobody around. And this bird comes out of nowhere and hits my windshield down like right here, literally right there, and left a feather and then like rolled off and flew away. And she looked
Oh,
at me and was just like, oh my gosh. And then she started laughing. She's like, only you. These things only happen to you. But
yeah, exactly. Give me that feather. I've got the pile of feathers I'm putting together. Okay. I'm gonna make it down like a feather pillow. I don't know what you do with
something.
that.
But it
But I have
happens
like, go
always.
ahead.
It does. It happens all the time. Like owls, bats, you name it, it's hit me. And I don't go to hit them, they hit me. So
Right.
between Brad's wild turkey and my this ability or this thing where birds hit me, ever since he's passed, I get feathers. Um,
So what do
everywhere.
you, I mean, what do you think about that? Like even before his passing, like what did you think before his passing and like you'd get these, like did you think of anything about it or you were just like, oh, whatever, it's just me, this is how I am? Like, I mean, did you ever get like a hit or an idea like someone else was coming through or there was a message? Like, is there anything there or it's
Um,
just,
when it started, no. I never really thought about it like that. I just thought it was an odd thing. When I did start to try to think about it a little bit more, it was because I, mentioned it to my mom and my brother, and my brother says he has the same thing happen. So I thought that
oh,
was a little
really?
strange.
Like what happened with him?
Birds just randomly dive bomb his car. They're
I mean, do you think of it as a positive or negative, or is there no like a positive or negative? Like, what do you think when you like that happens? Like,
um, I've often thought that it's just because, I have a light around me. That they're attracted to that. Like,
oh,
oh,
like you're like a lighthouse, like a
yes.
beacon of, yeah, okay.
Mhm. So I've always just figured that was part of it. Looking back, I have different ideas on what it was or what it could be. It has slowed down a lot since I've moved, but now they're hitting my windows in the living room and in
I
the
don't like
courtyard.
that. It makes me
Yeah.
sad because did you
It's
ever find like a dead bird or?
not recently, but yes,
Oh no.
there
Okay,
are
so
some.
I mean, if it was me, like just saying as your friend, like, I mean, I would want to, because I'm like, oh, super empathic about animals, and I hate that feeling of like them hurting themselves and hitting windows. Maybe like a clearing of some sort to like whatever it needs. Like, I feel like there's messages coming through to you,
And I'm not
and
picking them up.
yeah, and they're like hitting the window and then dying. So I'm like, I mean, we've all
Sad.
gone there. I did the same thing. That's why my brother came through, swooped down and said, fuck, look up, like I'm all, oh, like I needed to like bring my vibe up. Like that's what I feel like when he did that, And so it's interesting to think about. There's a message everywhere. I mean, people can get crazy about that. Like, but it happens. Like everywhere you look, there's messages, there's signs, there's information, I'm getting tons of chills right now. And I'm oblivious to it a lot, I mean, just because I have like my intuition and I'm tuned into certain things and stuff, but a lot of times I'm not. And I'm like doing my thing, going through my day, running through errands and like, like this morning, driving into work. And things are on my mind and brain. So it's interesting to like maybe stop and dissect like what those I think magical birds have to say. I feel like they're magical. I mean, to get it tattooed on my arm and like stuff like that, like I know it's about my brother, but it's like a big deal. And I don't know, there's something about birds and flying and being free and um expressing, and like you said, you get feathers as signs, and like I've had clients that have come to me and they get coins, and but their feathers are a big one. And I mean, people kind of seem like it's like generic, oh, like what are the different signs you get, this and this. I mean, everybody's
It's
different.
different. It depends on the
Yeah.
person and who's trying to send the message. So I know my great grandmother, shortly after she passed, she would send my mom $20 bills.
Oh
It
shoot.
was amazing.
Wow.
Like we were driving in the parking lot. I was a small child at the time. driving in this parking lot, and all of a sudden mom's like, wait, did you see that? And she pulled the car over, and the 20 comes from the wind and hits the windshield.
Stop it.
Yeah, she's like,
Stop it.
she did. She picked it up. She's like, thank you, Grandma. Brought it.
Oh my God. She already knew. Pull over, get your 20, go have some fun. Are you kidding me?
No.
That's pretty, I mean, those are like, I mean, you can call them miracles, different things. Like, I believe that there's so much to be said about that. Like, that makes it, like, I almost got, I mean, actually not almost, I got like little tears in my eyes about that, because it's like, there's so much energy behind it.
And they also send the numbers too. I know that there's, you know, when you see like 111, a lot of times that's,
which is Aaron, my
yeah,
brother right there. He's a 111 dude.
so it's not
And you
only,
got some numbers with your,
oh, I get them all the time. It's,
yeah.
but I also
You
got
guys got a
them.
bunch.
Yeah, it started long before, but now I get
Of course.
different numbers for different reasons, and I always know when it's Brad, not when it's the other stuff. I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if they're like angel messages or what it is. Just letting me know I'm on the right track, because that's always what I believed it was. It was just, oh look, I see the time again. It's the same number, so I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
Right. You know,
and I also go ahead.
That's okay. Go on.
Well, yeah, I feel the same way with you. I'm not a numerologist. I don't know that. I love that information, and I'm super intrigued by it. And I have the Doreen Virtue like app where it says all the different numbers, the angel numbers. And every time I keep seeing my numbers, like 111, 1111, 1010, 1011, 11. I mean, there's so many. Like, I'm like you. We're like number freaks. Right?
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like boom, 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 boom. And it's like, oh my God, what do these all mean? And it's exciting to like see. And like, there's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to look this up and like see what that number means. I'm like, okay, like watch your thoughts, be positive. Oh, I guess I was being a little negative right there. And I was.
Nice.
So it's interesting. They come through. I saw it. I recognized it. I realized it. And I saw that. Whatever it is, it could be placebo. It doesn't even matter. Whatever it is, it makes me be positive, because I'm like, okay, let me stop. It makes me stop. It makes me recognize it. It makes me look it up and like go, what does that like mean in the angel realm? And then once I do, it changes my reality. Like, I'm like, okay, I popped out of wherever I was at, or switched my reality, or was like, yay, I feel like I was on the right track, because I was super like feeling high vibe then. So, I mean, it plays a part in like positive, or like, you know, it's always positive to me, but I'm just saying, if I'm in a negative space, it brings me up, or if I'm already in a positive, it brings me up even higher.
It does. It really does. It always brings me a smile. But I just noticed what time it is. I have to go pick up my kid. But
okay.
I'll call you.
You go, girl.
Thanks.
Oh, wait, you know what? What's that? Go ahead.
So I'll call you back tomorrow.
That'd be great. I have so many more things I want to talk to you about, because you had mentioned something earlier about your cat's little whisker on your, and then you sent me this text message earlier. So I'm like, that's another sign. Yeah. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. We could talk forever. I mean, but yes, go do your thing.
Let's talk some more a little bit later. For everybody that we're sharing this with, if you want some more, go to cosmicgirltalk.com and
like or subscribe.
Yes.
If you want to hear more of our just everyday talk.
That's what we do. We just talk a lot. So, all right.
Always.
Have a great day.
Right, I love you. Good to see you. And until next time.